Hey, Sorrow, I heard that you quit your job at the company and are now proudly unemployed.
Huh? What is it, Aunt? Hold on. Who said I was unemployed? I got permission from Mom and I work part-time to help out the two of us at home. Also, I don't use that much money myself anyway, so I'm pretty sure I'm not being a burden.
Calm down, Sorrow, I was just joking. You want to become a comic book writer in the future, which is why you quit your full-time job, right?
Yeah, what's so bad about it? You make fun of me wanting to be a comic book writer, but I even have an editor, you know?
Yeah, I'm not making fun of you, Sorrow, I'm just kidding. I, for one, support you chasing your dreams.
Are you sure about that?
You're so serious, Sorrow, and I know exactly what you need to fix that. I'll introduce you to a cool part-time job that you could use in your stories or something.
I have a bad feeling about this. What do you mean a cool part-time job? You're not going to make me do anything illegal, are you?
Don't worry, this is completely legal. You know that I work in the Human Resources Department at my company, right?
Oh yeah, it's a pretty big company as well, right?
Yeah, you see, there's going to be a huge recruitment at my company's subsidiary company next month. I want you to apply.
Huh? But I have no intention of becoming a full-time employee at a company, you know?
I'm not telling you to join e-corporations, I'm telling you to go undercover. I want you to go to that interview as a spy so you can inspect the hiring process.
Inspect the hiring process? Why?
You see, I've received 2 reports from e-corporations telling me that there was something suspicious about the hiring process. There's something suspicious going on with the interviewers, you see? I mean, you just quit your job recently, right? It's going to be really believable if someone like that goes undercover, don't you think? This is perfect timing for you to do this job.
Yeah, but I wonder if I'll be able to do it.
I mean, it's an interesting side job, right? Like I said, you could use it in your comics or something. Besides, you won't need to do anything fancy. Just apply for a job and tell me what goes on in their hiring process. Oh, just make sure that they don't find out you're an inspector, I guess.
Well, I guess that doesn't sound that difficult, and it does sound like an interesting job, to be honest.
Why don't you first listen to the job explanation before making a decision?
I don't know. It sounds like a lot of unnecessary hassle.
If you accept, you're going to make a lot of money easily, you know. I know it's a bit of a strange part-time job, but you really won't have to do that much.
All right, I'll listen to the explanation first. Hello, Mr. Paolo. This is Ivan, the person in charge of the recruitment interviews at E-Corporations. Good morning. Thank you for letting me know I passed the document screening yesterday. Yes, no problem. We're going to be contacting you and the others who passed the document screening mainly by text from now on. Is that all right for you? Yes, I understand. I look forward to working with you. Anyways, I heard that yours was a single-parent household and that we were raised by your mother growing up. Is this true? Yes, my father passed away when I was in middle school and I've been living with my mother ever since. Things were a bit rough after Dad passed away, but somehow my mom managed to pay for my tuition all the way until I graduated college. I see. All right, I understand.
Hi, Sorrow. The first selection round just finished, right? Thanks for your work.
Hello, Aunt Monica.
So, how was the interview process?
Right now it just feels like a regular selection process, but...
Is the interviewer pressuring you or something?
No, he just asked the usual questions. It was all just very standard and professional.
Is there anything in particular that caught your attention?
Let me think.
It's all right if you feel like it's nothing. Just give me anything that comes to your mind.
Oh yeah, I remember he seemed a bit too interested in my environment growing up as a child.
Your environment growing up as a child? What exactly do you mean by that?
One of the interviewers is a guy named Ivan, right? Do you know him?
Yes, he works at the Human Resources Department at E-Corporations.
He asked me whether I was raised only by my mother by text, and in the actual interview, he asked me again in between 2 more standard questions. Well, it's true that I do live with my mother, just the two of us, but I don't really understand why he had asked me the same thing over and over. He's probably just concerned whether I would have taken care of her on my own if anything happened to her, is what I thought during the interview at least.
Interesting. This might have something to do with the reports I was already given. Did he ask this to the other applicants?
Oh, yeah. He asked similar questions like, do you live on your own? Or, are your parents currently healthy? That's why I thought he was only asking me all those questions to find out whether I would suddenly have to take leave just because of a family emergency or something.
I see. So he's more clever than I thought. Just to be clear, Ivan was the one who asked all of these questions.
Yep. All the other interviewers just asked standard interview questions, and Ivan would ask these other questions on top of that. What do you mean by Ivan's more clever than I thought, though? Do you suspect him of plotting something?
Yes, although we don't have any actual proof yet. He's made sure to cover his tracks and make it seem like he's been asking completely reasonable questions during the interview. I suspect that he only asked the other applicants stuff like, do you live on your own, or are your parents currently healthy, to mask his questions about you being raised by your mother. You need to keep going. He's going to slip up at one point or another.
So does that mean I should just contact me and tell me what to do before then, all right?
Got it. I will. Hi, Sorrow. Congratulations on completing the final interview.
Oh, hi, Aunt. Yeah, thanks. You say that like I'm actually applying for a job here.
Yeah, that was the joke. I'll get straight to the point, though. How was it?
Yep, that Ivan guy is suspicious. Just like you told me, he said something that made me think that he was very concerned that I was raised by a single mother. It was something like, are you sure you want to join our company? Because it may be a bit difficult for you to take a leave if your mother falls ill or something. I don't know why he had to tell me specifically that, though. I mean, don't all, well, I guess most of, the other employees have parents as well? I'll just give you the details later via an IC audio recording.
Okay, was there anything else?
Well, to be honest, I myself wondered if I was just imagining things or not, but do you want to hear it?
Of course, tell me. I hired you to tell me everything you noticed during the hiring process, remember?
It's about Ivan again. But there was an opportunity for all the people who passed the preliminary interview and all the interviews to gather and talk to each other. There was this one woman. Whenever Ivan would ask her a question, she would answer with the normal response. But I got the feeling that she was anxious the whole time. I mean, all the other applicants were anxious as well, but she seemed to be on the verge of panicking or something. It looked like she was avoiding his eyes when she was talking to him as well.
I'm guessing you don't happen to know why she was acting like that?
This is all just my personal opinion, and depending on how you look at it or how I tell it to you, it could come across as being very offensive. And I don't even know if it's related, but...
Just tell it to me, Sorrow. Do you remember her name?
I think her name was Anna. Why? Do you think Ivan is targeting beautiful women or something?
Yes. Well, women he finds attractive, to be more precise.
Just to be clear, I have no idea if this has anything to do with the hiring process, all right?
Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter how small you think it is, just tell it to me, because who knows if it could be important. There's always a chance that this whole situation will get solved by an unlikely clue. And just between you and me, I'm pretty sure that this is related to our case. You see, the 2 tips I got from insiders in E-Corporation were also women that could be considered beautiful.
I get it. Well, I guess we really do have to investigate every clue no matter how unlikely, since we don't even have any proof yet.
No need to be impatient, Sorrow. There's also a high possibility that something will happen before they tell you you're hired, so don't let your guard down until I say it's over, okay?
What? Could it be that I'm going to be accepted?
Well, yes.
Wow, so, does this mean that...
Don't worry. We made it so that you being there wouldn't affect the final results, so you didn't make anyone fail the interview or anything if that's what you're worried about.
Oh, I see. It's fine if that's the case, though.
All right. We've just got a little more to go, so keep working hard. I feel like we're just about to catch him.
All right, got it. Hello, Mr. Paolo. This is Ivan from E-Corporations. Can you talk right now? Oh, hello. Thanks for your work with the interviews. Is there something you wanted to tell me? Well, you see, I told you that you were hired yesterday, right? Yes, thank you for choosing me to join the company. Yes, about that. I'm sorry, but I changed my mind and we're not going to be hiring you after all. Why exactly is that? Don't take this the wrong way. I am truly sorry I have to do this, but it's a rule of our company that we can't hire people who were raised by a single mother, which is why I'm going to have to revoke your job offer. What? You're not going to hire me because I was raised by a single mother? Yes, I had already confirmed that you were raised by a single mother growing up, but due to some mistakes by the other interviewers, you were accidentally given a pass. I was so close. We were almost fooled because he looked like a regular person on the outside, but in reality, he was raised by a single mother and thus is trash. Is what the other interviewer said. You see, he even went as far as ripping apart your resume. I'm sorry, but this just means that we just don't need someone like you in our company. I see. I hope you have better luck finding a job in the future. Well, goodbye. I'm sorry we raised your hopes only to tell you the truth. It's true that I was raised by a single mother, but... Don't you think it's a bit strange not accepting someone just because of that? That's called a prejudice, you know. Thinking that someone didn't have a good upbringing just because they were raised by a single parent. Are you sure it's all right for someone in your position in charge of the company's human resources? Mr. Paolo, why you... This is what I'm talking about. We're not a charity, you know. You're just a piece of trash whose place is to get judged by others, not judge them yourself. You can't just tell me your opinions like you matter, you know. All right. Then I have a question for you then. Does it mean that it is a requirement for E-corporations that any potential applicant must have been raised by both parents? You mentioned that it was a rule of the company, right? Well, put it simply, yes. I understand. But that's crazy, don't you think? I've never heard of a company that had a rule not allowing people raised by single parents until now. What's crazy about it? It's actually a very common practice, Mr. Paolo. In this day and age, people talk of diversity and equality, and companies have to pretend they support it or else they'll lose customers. But in reality, they couldn't care less and would rather not have to work with such people if possible. Wow, such people, huh? But the woman named Anna I was interviewed with said she was raised by a single mother herself as well. Yet I heard that she just got the job offer. I also heard that the other women who were in a different group as me and who were also raised by single mothers got job offers as well. What? Even if we look at the two past recruitments, this imbalance was pointed out to have been too extreme to be an accident. Would you like to explain what the meaning of this is? How do you know all those details? I don't know. Why don't you make a guess? What? Oh, I get it. I see what you're trying to tell me now. All right, fine. Let's make a deal. A deal? You can pretend I never contacted you about your job offer being canceled. And I'll even make sure you get an above-average salary once you join the company. In return, I want you to pretend like you don't know anything about me using Anna's weaknesses to make her do as I say. You know what? I'll even make it better for you. If you keep quiet, I'll let you in on my plan and we can use Anna for our pleasure together. I see. Thank you for the proof that you were doing something illegitimate. Huh? Hold on, Mr. Paolo. I can assure you that making a deal with me here is going to benefit you much, much more than if you hand this information over to whoever you're working for. Please, think about this more carefully. Yeah, no thanks. I'm just doing this as a part-time job, you know? I never actually intended on joining this company, or any other company for that matter. Anyways, I especially appreciate that you told me all of this by text, where it won't disappear. What? Shit. Well, I had to try, you know? Congratulations, you caught me. But could you please tell me one thing before you leave? How did you know? Was it a trap? Well, it's not really that it's a trap. You were already being suspicious of being an unfair interviewer. What? But I made sure that I didn't leave any evidence. Who the hell are you even? You see, I received a request from your parent company to investigate this company's hiring process. I was an undercover inspector. What? You were an inspector from the parent company all this time? But I didn't receive any information about this. I don't see how you could have, because currently only 2 people know what I'm doing here. Well, I guess 3 now that you know as well. You see, before the final interview, I noticed that Anna was acting a bit strange. And so I told the person who hired me to this job about it. They did a bit of investigation themselves, and I got the chance to ask Anna about it herself, which is how we found out about your perverted practices. What did you say? What part of what I'm doing is perverted? All I'm doing is preventing people like you from joining our company. If anything, I should be given a raise for my efforts. First of all, you look down on people who were raised by a single parent, automatically considering them as being in poverty and of being no use to the company. Ivan, based on this ideology of yours, you failed every man like me that was raised by a single parent without exception. Women that were raised by a single mother, on the other hand, you hinted to the ones you found attractive and easy to manipulate that they might be hired, and everyone else you still failed. The ones you did let into this company, however, you used to satisfy your own pleasures, using their weaknesses to make them do whatever you say. You know even that? Your mistake was that you got too greedy after succeeding twice already and attempting to do it a 3rd time. It looks like you were quite the devil in disguise, Ivan. How do you feel now? By the way, the person from the parent company who hired me has been sitting next to me and reading these texts the whole time. What? Please understand that there's no use trying to make excuses anymore. This can't be happening. To think that I was caught. Is this the end of everything for me? Is my life going to end now? Well, goodbye then. Damn it. After that, a bit more investigation was done on the case. It seems that Ivan wasn't the only interviewer that was using their position as an interviewer to get what they wanted. It was such a scandal that it was decided that everyone in the upper ranks of E-corporations would be fired and replaced. With Ivan, on the other hand, it seems that him abusing his power as an interviewer wasn't the only rule he broke. It was found out that he was also guilty of countless other offenses, and in the end, he ended up having to pay multiple alimonies and damage compensations to multiple people in multiple areas. But in the end, it was decided that he had malicious intent when he did all these things. So he was ultimately just fired as well. Since he couldn't rely on a severance package, he was forced to make money in any way that he could think of. And it seems he became extremely busy day in and day out. He still had to take a huge loan, and now he has to work all day while being in extreme poverty. It seems that every day is extremely painful for him.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Car, you okay to text, man?
Hey, Rob. Yeah, sure. I'm taking the subway downtown. No problem using line. What's up?
Is your wife Sarah with you?
No. I have to meet up with a friend. I think Sarah's already finished her part-time job. She should be home about now.
Okay, got it, so we can continue then.
What's up, Rob? You sound kind of serious. Something wrong?
Listen carefully. Don't lose your cool or anything.
Yeah, okay.
I know how to say this, so I'm just gonna give it to you straight. Sarah's cheating on you.
Excuse me? Cheating?
The other day, I saw her heading toward a hotel with some guy. They were holding hands.
Right. Are you sure?
Yeah, sorry, but I had to say something. You're my best friend, after all.
I appreciate it, Rob, but actually, I already know.
Oh, really?
Kind of feel weird telling you this, but I asked this agency to look into it. A private investigator. I had to check it out. I wanted to get a bit more info and, make sure it was true. I was going to call you after that, maybe get your advice and all. Sorry to worry you, man.
I see, okay then. Well, that's great. Well, not great, but you know what I mean. At least something is happening.
Yeah, so I may be calling on you later to hear my grievances and such. Hope you don't mind.
For sure, man. I'm there for you.
Thanks, Rob. You don't know how much that means to me.
Hey, Carl, are you busy?
Hey, Sarah, what's up?
Are you working overtime today by any chance?
Why do you ask?
Yeah, I was wondering if we could spend the evening together, and later.
What's this about all of a sudden?
It's just that we haven't, it's been a while since we are married. I figured since it's been a while, we could have a little fun tonight, that's all.
I hate to tell you this, but yeah, overtime, end of the month and all. Probably be pretty late tonight, sorry.
But I thought you just concluded that big project you were working on.
Yeah, that's all done, but some trouble came out of our New York office, and I have to deal with it. May take some time.
I see. Well then.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. My boss is calling me. Better get back to work. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Rob, you there? Hey, man, we need to talk. I'm getting my shivers up my spine. I can't take this.
What are you talking about, buddy?
She just called, and you know what she said? She was suggesting we sleep together tonight. Can you believe it?
Really? You're talking about your wife, right?
Of course. I mean, I found out she's seen some new guy, probably sleeping with him, no doubt, and she asked me if I want to, do the deed tonight. Really? Makes you sick to my stomach.
Calm down, Carl. Kinda weird asking you this, but how long has it been since you guys last, together?
I'm really not sure. I was pretty busy with the project at work. I guess it must have been like 4 or 5 months. So when she said she wanted to, do the deed, gave me the creeps.
Take it easy, Carl. Don't get all worked up, man. You know what? This might mean that Sarah is pregnant with this guy's kid.
Why would you think that?
Maybe she's thinking she could raise as a kid of yours. You never know unless you do DNA tests, of course. Maybe that's your little ploy.
Yeah, you might be onto something there, Rob.
Mind you, this is all just an assumption. If I upset you, I'm sorry.
No problem. Now that you say that, I get what you mean and I don't feel so bad about it anymore.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, you always gave it to me straight. I need that now, clears my head. Thanks. I'll ask the investigation agency to put that little fact in their search.
Yeah, might be a good idea. You never know.
All right, Rob. Thanks for that, man. If there's anything that you notice, let me know.
For sure. That's what I'm here for.
Hey Carl, you there? I can't stand this any longer. It's been 1 week that we've been apart. I'm getting kinda lonely. Come on. Tonight for sure, right?
Sorry, have to stay overnight tonight.
Huh? Seriously?
Yeah, that trouble we had last week, it's still not resolved. Can't get home until he works something out. Sorry. Even my boss is in a panic. This could even bring down the company. We just can't seem to come to an agreement. I have no option but to stay as long as needed and work this problem out.
Really? All right. I guess there's nothing you can...
Sorry, gotta go. Gotta get to the root of the problem.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Hey, Rob, you there? I got the investigation report back from the agency.
Oh yeah? What's it say?
Apparently, they have a recording of Sarah talking to her boyfriend about her being pregnant. The content seemed to be a conversation they're having on how they could force the kid on me, making me to be the father. You were right, it seems. The way she was always urging me to come home early for a late-night romp, it was all part of the plan. Actually, she's like trying to lure me in almost every night. I've been making up various reasons for not coming home. Working overtime, flying to New York, all that. I can see she's really getting frustrated that her little scheme isn't working out.
I see, yeah. Gotta do something about it soon. You're not gonna be able to hold it off forever. So, what are you gonna do going forward?
Well, actually, I went to see my in-laws yesterday.
Oh yeah, did you tell them about this?
Yeah, I showed them all the evidence and told them all I know about the situation. That's when they made a suggestion.
What suggestion?
Well, they suggested that I completely ignore her until the child is born.
You're just gonna ignore her? For what, like 6 months?
Yeah. They said that knowing Sarah's character, if she finds out that I know, she may have to take matters into her own hands. Take drastic measures.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, to them, the child will be their first grandchild. They've been waiting a long time to see their grandchild. It's not the child's fault after all, right? They said they don't want to jeopardize a precious life.
Yeah, I could understand how they feel.
But they know I don't want to be with her until then, so I made up the story where I had to go off on a business trip to handle an urgent matter in New York, which would probably take months to resolve. As for Sarah, I'll have her stay with her folks until I can resolve things in New York.
I see, yeah.
Oh no, I just got a line message from Sarah. Gotta go. Probably wants you to come home tonight for sure. You know what? I'll keep you in the loop, Rob. Thanks for everything.
Alrighty, take care.
Hey, Carl, what is this? Are you avoiding me? Don't tell me you're going to be late again tonight. You have to come home tonight. We're sharing a bed. I won't take no for an answer this time, Carl.
I'm really sorry, Sarah. I have to go on an urgent trip to New York. That problem just won't go away.
Excuse me? This is a joke, right?
No joke. The problem we had since last week, you remember well. It just got worse. Can't do anything from here, so I've been asked to handle it personally, so I'm off to New York to deal with it in person. I probably won't be back for a few months.
Huh? A few months? Seriously?
Yeah, I was shocked too. I talked to your mom and dad about it, and they suggest that you come and stay with them while I'm gone. What do you say?
Huh? You spoke to my folks already.
Yeah, I happened to call them. You know, about the Christmas gathering, and we got to talking, and I mentioned my trip, and they offered to have you stay with them. I think it's a good idea, don't you?
Oh, yeah, but this is all kind of weird. Carl, are you there? I feel a little uneasy telling you this, but I think I'm pregnant. Actually, I'm glad I came back home to my folks' place. I was trying to remember when we actually, did it. We probably did it one night after a hard day's work. You were half asleep, as I recall. Anyway, are you still working on that problem? Anyway, contact me as soon as you're free. Dad? Hey, Carl, why don't you contact me? Your baby is really growing inside of me. Healthy as ever. Please send me a message when you have time. We feel so lonely without you. Carl, are you there? Why do you keep ignoring me? What's up? You haven't even contacted me once, and you call yourself a father? Please, a little message will do. I'm glad I was able to come to my folks' place so I can handle being alone, but come on. You're going to be a father. This is for the rest of your life. I think it would be a good idea to see me with child as much as possible. You'll regret it later.
Whoa, it's getting pretty unbearable. I can't take it anymore, Rob.
Hey, Carl, what's so unbearable?
It's about Sarah.
Yeah, right. Go ahead, let's hear it.
Sorry, had to talk to somebody. Thanks for being here for me, man. She contacted me saying I should have a little more awareness that I'm going to be a father. Can you believe it?
Oh, yeah? Man, that must be hard on you. I wonder if she's still seeing this guy. She's been at your folks' place this whole time, right?
No, it doesn't look like it. I'm not sure if it's because she was at her folks' place who kept a close eye on her, but it looks like they broke up, which puts me in a tougher spot. Now she's determined to make me the father.
Oh, man. Women can be pretty intimidating. Isn't she getting suspicious that you're completely ignoring her?
Nah, her folks are in on it and they're handling it well. You know, telling her that I'm busy with work and all. Her father's company's a major client of ours, so he's able to back me up, making up all kinds of stories to keep her satisfied.
Hey, Carl, how are ya? My belly is huge now. I wish you could see it. And you have to feel the baby moving around inside. It's fantastic. I know you're busy and Dad explained the situation to me, but I sure would like to talk to you, even a little. Even a short text message at least. Oh, yeah, maybe you didn't want to know, but I can't keep it to myself anymore. It's a boy. I remember you saying you'd love to play baseball with him if we had a boy. Remember that? Your wish has come true. Bet you can't wait to see him. I just hope this whole problem you're dealing with in New York gets resolved. Carl, you there? The big day is almost here. Boy, my tummy is huge. It's hard just getting around. Really wish you were here, Carl. I mean, emotionally. It would be such a huge relief if you were by my side. You know, I really want to know. You are going to be by my side when the day comes, right? You do want to see your son when he comes into this world. I mean, what father wouldn't? Could you just tell me if you'll be here or not? I haven't been able to see you once while I've been pregnant, so I hope you can at least make it to the most important day of our lives. Maybe seeing your son being born will really wake you up. You'll finally come to the realization that you're dad. Carl, what is this? You're asking for compensation right after I give birth? What is this?
Hey, Sarah. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Carl, finally! Where the hell have you been? And what the hell is this about compensation? For what?
First off, congratulations on your baby.
Yeah, well...
But you know what? I'm afraid I really can't be a father.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Come on, Sarah. Ask yourself why I demanded compensation. I'm sure you know full well. I was aware that you were cheating on me way before you got pregnant, so there's no use denying it, Sarah. I'm perfectly aware that the kid, the little boy you're probably holding in your arms right now, that he's this guy's kid and not mine. In addition, I had your boyfriend pay me for wrecking our marriage, just so you know.
You're not serious. So the past 7 months you...
For me, it was sort of preparation for getting a divorce, but regarding the circumstances of why you're even in this situation and why we pretended we didn't know, ask your mom and dad about that, they'll explain. All I did was as your dad told me and get ready for divorce. That's all.
Divorce? What are you talking about? Our child has just been born. Come on, Carl, you can't be serious. This is not right. You can't do this. Please don't make him a fatherless child. Please, Carl.
Shouldn't you be telling that to the guy you had an affair with, not me? I'm not the father.
But...
I also got your father's support for declaring the child is not mine, but I have no relation to him.
Declare what?
Submit official papers proving that I am not the father of this child.
Huh? No. Please don't do that. I already broke off with the guy. You have to be the father or else.
Don't tell me you want to bring up your boyfriend's son, do you? Come on, Sarah, I can't do that.
But that's the only option I have. I can't be a single mom. You have to help me, Carl. Are you really going to abandon the child your wife gave birth to? Can you really do that? Don't you even have a shred of compassion in you, Carl? You can't do this. Have some pity, for God's sake.
Sarah, I know the child is not guilty of anything. He's completely innocent, but...
Then why?
I have no obligation to bring him up. It's not my responsibility. Simple as that.
Then what the hell am I going to do?
We're complete strangers now. I'm not related at all to the baby of yours. There's no use asking me. Your dad has all the papers for the divorce, so I urge you to sign it and I'll be out of your life for good. After you pay the compensation amount, I'll submit the papers, so sign it. Let's get this over with once and for all.
Please, Carl.
Anything else, please go through my lawyer. Okay then, that's about it. Goodbye, Sarah. During the 8 months until she gave birth, her father apparently made all the necessary preparations. First off, the divorce went through without a hitch, and her parents paid me the compensation amount on her behalf. I was able to receive the amount in full. As for the baby, Sarah's younger sister and brother-in-law took the now single mom in, and they are bringing him up as their own. Maybe it was because all the people around her took too much care of her. Sarah took advantage of this easy situation and ended up lounging around the house, not working and even going out until the wee hours of the night drinking with her friends, and letting her younger sister take care of her son. One day, she came back from one of her vacations. She found the house empty. All there was left was a note on the kitchen table telling her the family had abandoned her and taken her son. She was no longer part of the family. As for her son, she had long signed over custody to her sister and brother-in-law. Realizing that she was no longer wanted and that she lost everything, she disappeared into the night, never to be seen again.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.